Well, guys, this has been an eventful free agency, right? We are thinking the Houston Texans are going to smash. They're going to do something crazy. DeAndre Hopkins gets traded. And now we're seeing reports, not really reports, but we're seeing the Drake lyrics. We're seeing the Jay-Z lyrics. And everybody around the nation is saying that Deshaun Watson needs to be traded from the Houston Texans. We will discuss about that in a minute. Cue the intro. Let's get it, boys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calavera. I'm with my man, Mr. Ricardo. And you know
So,
who he is, man. Mr. Kenneth. He's been here for about eight plus videos. So, guys, we were going to do a draft video, but, things happen. So, I want to talk about something that's more important, right? What has been going on with Deshaun Watson, Kenneth? Because it's like for the past 3 days, he has been tweeting lyrics. He has
yeah,
been liking stuff. Nobody knows what's going on in his mind.
man, I'm gonna start. I truly believe, and I know a lot of people like, man, he's been tweeting lyrics since he's been in the lead and all that type of stuff. Deshaun knows what he's doing. That's what people gotta understand. He knows what he's doing. He know everybody. All eyes is on him. They trying everybody around, not just the Texans fans, but everybody, even different organizations. They trying to see how does he feels. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? Like how did he feel about this trade? You know, everybody really don't know exactly how he feel. Yes, we saw the tweet he said about how he when it first happened, how he was surprised and you know saying that type of stuff. But for him to pick those certain lyrics to me is saying something. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. He's picking those exact lyrics, knowing everybody gonna be like, "Oh, whoa, is he talking about Billobrien or is he talking about the Texans? Like, what's up? How you feeling? Like, what's going on?" But of course, he has everybody guessing. And my thing is, I mean, I've been following Deshaun since he was in at Clemson as a sophomore. I don't think he's the type of one to try to seek attention. So I feel like me personally, I feel like he low key like either trying to make the Texans scared, like y'all better do something or I'm finna, you know what I'm saying, demand a trade, or he could just be doing this just for attention. That's how I feel about it.
So before I get to you, Ricardo, like I'm gonna read his first tweet. This was 2 days ago. I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of here clean. Can't even keep track of who plays for the other team. Iconic duos rip and split at the seam. So Ricardo, when you hear that tweet,
Mm.
give us a breakdown, man. What is Deshaun Watson saying?
First of all, I want to thank you for letting me come on. It's my first time, so thank you for
Sure,
that.
bro.
And I mean, basically, what he's saying there, in my opinion, is that he he said the tweet says I can't keep up who's playing on the other team, but I think he's talking about his team because people coming and going in and out. One 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 season he playing with this core of players. The next season it switches up and he has a whole new set of players that he has to basically restart and get used to. So and the dual fitting in the team, basically he's talking about him and D Hop. I think that was a perfect combination. They were good for each other, even though some people say they're not. But you know, I think that's what basically it comes down to.
So, and those lyrics were from a song by Drake called Emotionless. So a lot of people are thinking maybe Deshaun Watson is saying, he doesn't care, because that I was saying that with Kennedy. Maybe Deshaun Watson absolutely just doesn't care. And then we see a tweet today. It said, "Don't deal with the lies and the frauds. That's why I don't get involved." Now, Kennedy, I'm gonna let them give you, like your take first, and then I'm gonna give you mine because I saw this in a different way. But how did you see this tweet?
Man, honestly, like you already know how I saw it, and like I said again, honestly, I just truly feel like he just trying to have everybody thinking. And like you said, you can see it two different ways. It could be in a good way or it can be in a bad way. But of course, most people gonna be like, man, they're gonna take it as a bad way, because he already tweeted that Drake lyrics and then he backdoor tweet this. And like I said, I don't know what the son on, man. I really don't. Like some people think he might be trolling. I don't know, man. It's just to me, man. I'm just like, man, could we do something? Can we make a move to make him happy? can we do something like to make the fans happy? Because honestly, I feel like if not soon, he's gonna ask for a trade. I just had that feeling, man. I'm gonna hate to see that, man, because I'm a Deshaun fan, been a Houston fan since a youngin, and it's like, man, I want this franchise to do something great, man. Like we want to do something great. It's been a long time. Really, we haven't done nothing great, really, at all. But
at
and it's
all.
been a long time since we. How many years we had the franchise? Probably like what, 14,
Nah, we've been like
15?
18 years, bro. I mean, no, since
Okay, 18.
2002.
Two,
It's
yeah,
time to.
two. So 18 years. Okay, so and that's we a young franchise, but we also had the Oilers. You know, the Oilers they always got to the AFC. They got at least got to the AFC Championship, but they'll lose. So it's like as far as football, Houston always been like, man, come on, man, when we gonna make it to the Super Bowl? And that's
Yeah.
what we want. You got Deshaun Watson. It's like, man, it's possible. This man championship DNA. So you like you expecting it, but it's like, man, Bill O'Brien, are you gonna put this team in that position to go all the way? And it's just like right now, man, it's like a little scary right now.
So Ricardo, as Kenneth said, right? Maybe Deshaun Watson wants something, right? Maybe he wants weapons. Maybe he wants a big splash in free agency. Who do you think, or like, what do you think we should do, to keep Deshaun Watson happy?
It's plain and simple. Just give him what the man wants. If he wants weapons, give him weapons. If he when he needed an O line, we gave him an O line. So they just keep doing what we were doing. If he want, let's say he says he wants to draft a wide receiver in the first, not the first, but with the first pick, then let's get a wide receiver. We got to keep him happy because he's the franchise quarterback, something that Texas never had. We had David Carr. But the thing is, we never put a line in front of him to protect him. So that man broke down easy. Went from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback to quarterback. Now we finally got one. All we gotta do is just keep him happy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for you young fans who watch my channel. Like you guys are awesome, but the Texans used to be absolutely horrible. We didn't have a quarterback. We have a thing called Rosencopter where our quarterback literally got hit and spun in the air. We were absolutely horrible. So when we, the 18-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, when we see that we have Deshaun Watson, he's our savior because what we used to have was so bad. I remember during the Chiefs game, in this rookie season when he sidestepped Chris Jones and threw it to Deep Fuller. I'm not gonna be honest with you guys. I actually started tearing up because we finally have a franchise quarterback. Something that teams still don't have, right? The Cleveland Browns. I don't think Baker Mayfield is the answer. The Lions, Matthew Stafford, really? Come on now. Deshaun Watson is a generational talent. And for me, the way you make him happy, the way you make him stay is like Ricardo said, you give him weapons, right? If you're going to draft a wide receiver, it's got to be either Denzel Mims or T. Higgins. Personally, I think T. Higgins, that Clemson connection, and the dude is 6'4". And also, you got to pay the man whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's been dealing with a lot of stuff. The man has been one of the most sacked quarterbacks. We just took out his number one wide receiver. We need to do everything in our power to keep Bill O'Brien. And Kenneth, I'm gonna ask you this question. We could be saying this, but what do you think Bill O'Brien is gonna do?
And the crazy thing is, we don't know what you never know what this man gonna do. Like, man, it just I try not to be so hard on him. I try not to be such a like how do I say this? Hard as a fan. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I remember my dad used to always tell me like this 3-4 years ago. He like, man, Bill O'Brien ain't it. He told me. He kept saying. I'm like, nah. He just need a quarterback. He finally got one. I'm making these excuses constantly.
I will
And it's like now it's like, bro, all right. Like I don't bet all these excuses. Now, like, what are you going to do? Like, what really is the problem? Now I'm kind of like on the fence and kind of against Bill O'Brien, not the Texans, but Bill O'Brien. It's like, what are you thinking? And like I said, like for me, I haven't never been a part of an organization, you know what I'm saying, in the office or nothing like that. But anybody with common sense, you don't trade D-Hop before you sign players.
Absolutely.
Big time players. Like, that's common sense, bro. You do that then People like, hold on, what they doing? What they got going on? Then D-Hop talked to Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin put that out there. Then, bam. And Chris Harris changed his mind. Some other players changed their mind. Like, bro, you should have waited till you got some more big key free agency players. Then you make that trade. You know what I'm saying? And then if they had questions, you let them know, like, hey, man, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's communication is key. I don't know if he was communicating with Deshaun Watson or not, but at the end of the day, bro, you gotta go. You gotta do better how you do with his business, bro. We all know he should have got a first round with D Hop. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. And it's like, man, what kind of like where's his head at? Like that's what I wonder with him, bro. Like, and then he got promoted to be GM. Everybody was like, yeah, he went out for big players. He did this and that. He got Tussle. He got Hyde. He got Fuller. I mean, not Fuller. He got Steals. Duke Johnson. Yeah, he did all that. But what did we do? Lose a 24-0 lead. Like, once you make all the moves, it's all right, man. You got what you need. Let's go to the Super Bowl. I don't care what the Chiefs got. Like, I know people like, man, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. I'm not hearing all that. We was up 24-0. There's no, like it's embarrassing to lose that lead. You know what I'm saying? As we did back in the day with the Oilers. Them boys was up 31-0, 34-0, something like that. Lost their lead. That's worse. But y'all get what I'm saying? That's just how we doing as a Houston Texans football team. You know what I'm saying? It's just mind blowing. Annoying.
So Ricardo, and I hate that this turned to Billobrien, but the man's the head coach, the man's the GM. He's basically playing God, right? So, is he holding back Deshaun Watson?
I I do believe so. I hate to say it, because for me, Deshaun Watson is a playmaker. He's a playmaker, and from my opinion, I believe Billobrien wants to make him a passer, in the pocket passer, and that's not Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is a playmaker. You saw all the plays he made. People say, "Oh, the Texans still got the win," even though the Texans didn't really squeeze that out, and they're giving credit to Billobrien. Nah, in my opinion, we won those games, those close games, because Deshaun Watson made the play.
Yes.
If it wasn't Deshaun Watson making the plays, how catching the critical third down. So basically the games we won was because of the playmakers, not because of the LeBron was calling the game. So in reality, I feel like he is holding Deshaun Watson back a little bit. If he had all the weapons, or even if he had the same weapons we had last season, but he knows how to use them, I think it would be a total different type of video we'll be making right now.
So, like, Billobrien, he has done some good things, right? He turns over the play calling to Tim Kelly, which I absolutely like, because Billobrien, as a head coach, has not had a top 10 offense. So passing up in the offense to Tim Kelly is something that I like. One thing he also did good was after he traded Hopkins, he immediately signed Randall Cobb. Now, a lot of people really, really hate Randall Cobb right now because they think that he's DeAndre Hopkins' backup. But in reality, he's a slot wide receiver that we haven't had. So I like that we did that. I like that we traded, I like that we got David Johnson. I know everybody hates him too, but the man can go up for 1,000+ yards, this season. The one thing I don't like is that we haven't addressed nothing else. And we see some of the players, with the deals they got. One that hurt me the most was Robbie Anderson. If you guys watch this channel, you know that I've been on Robbie Anderson since last season. And he signed for 2 years, $20 million. And then I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine. And then we give Eric Murray $20 million for 3 years. Do any of you guys know who Eric Murray is?
I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry, brother. Don't mean to disrespect you, Eric, if you happen to see his video. But I did not understand that sign right there. I did not. 3 years? I don't care if it's cheap. 3 years? Like, bro. And then you back don't give Vernon Hargreaves. Ruben, I know you don't like him.
I don't like Vernon
Hargreaves. You
Hargreaves.
better go and get him a 1 year deal. Bro, you could have gave him a 3-year deal and gave that dude the reason. And I know this might get off subject, but Vernon Hargreaves, I'm telling y'all, man, he gonna be special for us, man. Hopefully, we can keep him some more after this 1 year. I wish they would have given him a 3-year deal, but come on, bro, Eric Murray, bro, 3 years, like, and then the safety is that a safety we signed Watkins, Sammy Watkins' big brother, bro. I don't know, like I don't know what's going on. This man think he Bill Belichick. I truly think Bill O'Brien thinks he's Bill Belichick. Like it's man, it's getting ridiculous to me, man. Just trying to be patient, man. I want us to win, like now. You know what I'm saying? While we living, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we got too much longer, but shoot, hopefully we see a doggone Houston Texans championship.
And
That's
you
how I
also
feel.
right, and it sucks right now to be a Texans fan because that constant fear that I have every day when Adam Schefter tweets, I hold my breath and say, I hope to God Bill O'Brien did not trade Deshaun Watson. Because, like I said, we you don't know what's going on in Bill O'Brien's mind. You know, like I honestly feel like this Hopkins trade, like he just thought about it that day and said, "Hey, let's trade Hopkins."
Yeah.
And, and that is not how you run a franchise. And who knows what he's gonna do in this job? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, he did draft, he did not." That was Brian Gaine. I don't care what anybody says. He brought in Brian Gaine, and Brian Gaine was supposed to be his best friend. Couple months later, Brian Gaine gets fired. So Bill Bryan to me is definitely on the hot seat, and if it fails, there is a chance that we lose Deshaun because, like, he has no weapons, and he's gonna say, "Man, if they're not taking care of me, then why am I gonna be here?" And if Deshaun Watson leaves, the city of Houston will be deflated.
Can I say something, man?
What's up, Kenneth?
Look, you know how long we've been saying Bill O'Brien on the hot seat? Is
I've been
he
saying that since
truly?
last
Look,
year.
I've been saying this for 2 years. Is he truly on the hot seat? That's what I want to know. This man got promoted to
Probably
be
not.
GM,
I
so
don't think he's in the house.
he
No,
might not. We thinking he on the hot seat. In reality, like everybody think that makes sense. Like Bill O'Brien should be on the hot seat. Everybody, all of us. But what is going on in that front office, the Houston Texans organization? What is truly going on? Like, is this man on the hot seat? Did you just
John,
promoted him to GM?
John McClain, I know, went on radio, and Landry asked him, "What you think? What you think could happen so they can fire Bill O'Brien?" And McClain said the only way they can fire him is this man wins 1 or 2 games all season. They can go 8-8, 7-9, and not win the division. But the only way they can fire him is if he wins 1 or 2 games. And I believe him. I don't know what they see in Bill O'Brien right now that they keeping him for this long. 6 years, 2 playoffs wins. I mean, I I don't know. I just don't know. If you say he's in the hot seat, he's probably in the hot seat because he had a seat warmer and the office or something. But now he ain't hot seat.
Crazy
To
thing
me,
is,
it feels like, I'm sorry. To me, it feels like Cal McNair is scared to fire Bill O'Brien because he's like, if I fire him and I get somebody worse, and and I sign somebody else, and he has the chance of being worse, then things get bad. It's like when you have that girlfriend and you love her, but she's not good. You're scared to move on, and you try to find somebody in their worst. That's what I feel like Cal McNair is. I feel like he is scared to make the move. And Cal McNair, if you make a move, everybody in Houston is gonna love you.
yeah,
Let's not forget, right? The Denver Broncos made the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, and they got absolutely smacked by the Seattle Seahawks. They let go of John Fox. They bring in Gary Kubiak, and they win the Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers fired Gundy. They bring in John Gruden, and they win the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that's not going to happen to the Houston Texans, but when you have Deshaun Watson, anything is possible. And as long as he is a Houston Texan for however long that is, you are going to have a chance in the playoffs. You're going to have a chance to make a run. The only question is who's going to be leading him? So, to finish out this video, I'm going to ask you guys, right? What is the end game for these Houston Texans? What do you think we should do in the draft? And what do you think we should do moving on? I'm going to start with you, Ricardo.
On the draft, like I told Kenneth and in the group chat, I honestly believe we should go wide receiver with the first pick. You're not going to replace D-Hop, but you can put somebody in there that has some skills that could make plays and help Watson. But knowing Billobrien and knowing the holes we got on defense, something in my heart tells me we're going to go defense first. Something tells me we're going to go defense. I don't know why, but something tells me we're going to go defense. And I don't like it, but it's going to happen. You will Billobrien, you never know, like you said. And then what you should do moving on is just sit down with Watson and just talk it out. Like, what's those tweets about? How do you feel? Like, what can we do to make you happy? You want a contract? Like, like I said earlier, you just got to make him happy, because if he's happy, then the whole team can rally around him and we can do big things.
Kenneth.
Like he just said, like in the draft, the most important thing I feel like it's always going to be the best player. But then again, in this situation, I feel like either the best player as far as receiver or running back. The reason I'm saying receiver or running back, I know we need someone on the D-line, you know what I'm saying? But to me, there's not really no defensive player in this draft. It's some good defensive players, all right? But I don't feel like it's no defensive player in the draft that will be better, more effective than a receiver or running back I think we need. And, of course, you already know who I like. I like T. Higgins as receiver and Jonathan Taylor as running back. If either one of them is available, I feel like we should pick them. Now, if they both available, I hate to say this. If they're both available, I want Jonathan Taylor because I love T. Higgins, man. I'm a Clemson fan. I love T. Higgins, but the reason I feel like Jonathan Taylor, I don't know what people see him, but I see probably the next Saquon Barkley. Seriously,
really?
Like the dude is explosive. Like if y'all watch this man highlights, like it will give you chills. The dude is explosive. He's quick, fast, and once he gets to the next level, he's gone. Like he's not catching.
Highlights are 11 minutes long.
And 11 minutes long, full of touchdowns. I'm telling you, bro, full of touchdowns. I'm telling you, go if you check it out, man, you're gonna be like, this boy is special. And it's like he be jogging and then he just bursts. He gone. And it's like, bro, what the heck? Like he changed his speed just like that. Like Aaron Foster used to do when he hit that hole. Y'all know y'all remember that, man. When Aaron Foster
he loves
hit that hole. Man, Aaron Foster used to hit that hole and then gone. Like I feel like Jonathan Taylor can be that next back that we've been waiting on for this franchise since Aaron Foster. And moving forward, man, like he just said, honestly, man, I feel like Billobrien should not be the GM. And I feel like we should keep him as the head coach. I also feel like he needs to have a offensive play caller like he's doing now, Tim Kelly, and we need a GM above him. He can't handle all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Stress to be even handling. To me, I don't feel like he's on that level yet. And another thing I want to say, like you were just talking about how they feel about Billobrien and the situation with the girlfriend and all that type of stuff. That's a great example. That's exactly how they treat him, even though they shouldn't be, because this is business. This ain't personal. So, and I truly believe they think that this man is the next Bill Belichick. They believe what he believes. Honestly, that's how it seems. So yeah, man. I like I said, man, I'm really hoping we can fit something, make Deshaun happy, and let's rock and roll.
So if it's me, the first thing I'm doing is I'm giving Deshaun Watson whatever he wants to. I'm not gonna feel safe as a Texans fan until I see Houston Texans and saying Deshaun Watson
Mm-hmm.
Until then, every day I'm scared. Every day I'm looking at Twitter. Every day I'm like, what is gonna happen? Because you never know. As far as the draft goes, well, also, I need to bring in defense, man, because this defense got worse. For those of you who say that they didn't, and you
Yeah.
know who I'm talking about, this
Yeah, we
defense
ain't gonna
got
say that.
absolutely worse. You have to bring in Shelby Harris. You have to bring in Everson Griffin. And maybe you have to bring in Eric Reed. And his brother is recruiting him. So who knows what happens. In the draft, I'm in the same situation as Kenneth, Ricardo. I want T. Higgins, but if Jonathan Taylor is
Man,
there, you can't miss out on a running back like that. And that's what is sorry. But there's other wide receivers who are out there. The wide receiver from Michigan, People Jones. He's 6'2". He could run. He's a deep threat, and his quarterback was horrible in Shea Patterson. I think he should be a good look at. Now, I agree with Kenneth. I think Billobrien should give up the GM duties. I personally think that he is getting the coaching headset warmed up for Eric Bieniemy next year when he gets fired, because I think that even if the Houston Texans go to the playoffs and say we get bounced in the first round, in the second round, he's gone.
that's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping.
You
Yeah.
know,
For real.
and this is the crazy thing that I was thinking about, guys. So let me ask y'all this question. I know we said that we were going to end the video, but this is kind of fun. So let's say Deshaun Watson gets sacked on that play in overtime, and the Houston Texans lose, and Obrien gets fired. What would you have rather have us lose that game against the Bills, or go on to the Chiefs and still lose that game? And
Lose that game to the Bills.
I would have
No,
lost that game to the Bills.
yeah, lose that game to the Bills. But the crazy thing is, everybody, people with common sense. I'm gonna say this. They say common sense ain't common, but people with common sense know that Deshaun won that game.
Deshaun won that game.
This man changed, and I keep saying this in the group chat. The man changed the play. He
Yeah.
changed the play because he knew that
Kevin Johnson.
yeah, Kevin Johnson. I forgot that man name because he's the boss. But anyways, Kevin Johnson. He knew the play, so he switched it up. Did bad though, and made that play he made to help us win, to get the ball to what's his name, and then Tyrone Jones. It just turned into what I'm saying, open field. You know what I'm saying? He got speed. He ain't like he shoot a lot of people. He just turned up, open field, he gone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I wish we would have lost that game. Not honestly, I wish we would have lost that game.
Ricardo.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, losing because even though we're gonna be hurt that we lost the game, that feeling of being hurt will switch around once they announce Billobrien fired from the Texans.
Absolutely.
Like,
What?
I would have been ecstatic if
But we
he.
would have threw a parade.
yeah, we lost the playoff game, but at the end game, like you said, it was Billobrien getting fired, and I think that right now we could have been talking about the enemy as our head coach. Probably I forgot his name from Patriot.
Josh McDaniels.
No. The GM we wanted for the Patriot.
Oh, Nick Caserio.
Yeah, probably Nick Caserio as the GM. You know, it could have been totally different. Still have D-Hop, and probably Caserio would have added more key players. And you know, I just like I said, at the end of the day, I wish we would have lost that game. To be honest.
Yeah. And can I say one more thing? And this what makes me feel like if we don't find him, I don't know if we'll ever turn around. If you think about it, if you look at these free agency, as y'all see, we haven't really signed no big names yet. I wonder how these players around the league feels about Bill O'Brien because it's a bad name, bad taste being put on his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like so as the what's his name? Cal, bro, you got to see this. So if you can't attract free agents, like how you expect to win? So they got to make that move, man. Unless Bill O'Brien come out, make a video, explain his part, even though I know he's not gonna do that because he's a stubborn man. As we all know,
Man.
he's stubborn. So yeah, man.
We saw in the group chat, we sent the screenshots of even our own players were reacting to the trade. Eric Reed sent the smile.
The locker room messed up.
Stills with the face palm. Like it's just like MT said. MT them nearly called it racist, but he said never mind. You know, because he didn't cause no friction or anything. But like you said, right now, all the players are seeing what's going on with the Texans. We are being clowned. The media, all the players, I'm pretty sure players and the Texas organization are texting each other like, "Can you believe what this man just did?" You know, it's just crazy.
And one of the sad things is that we're gonna watch them until the day we die. We're Texans fans since the beginning.
Yeah.
So this was fun, guys. Yeah, you guys be looking forward to our draft video. It might be tomorrow, it might be the next day. But Ricardo, it was fun. Kenneth, it's always a pleasure. As always, guys, go Texans. Y'all have a blessed day.
All righty, you do.